Hello everyone, Namaskara. This is the third part of the video series, and in this video we are going to solve the section 3, that is the language test for 2020 year Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya entrance exam in English medium. Alright, so I welcome you all once again. Without wasting time, let us move on to our directions. Let us read our directions. In directions, they are saying there are 4 passages in this section. All right. Each passage is followed by 5 questions. Read each passage carefully and answer the questions that follow. For each question, 4 probable answers as A, B, C, and D are given. Only one out of these is correct. Choose the correct answer and darken the circle in the OMR answer sheet against the number corresponding to the question. Alright, we need to read the passage over here. This passage we need to read thoroughly, carefully, comprehensively. Then we need to answer the following questions, which is completely based on this particular passage. Alright, let us move on to our first passage. The first passage is like this, but before going on to read this first passage, I would recommend instead to directly jump into the question section. Just go through the questions, just have a quick glance over the questions, see that if you are able to understand something out of these questions itself, and if possible you can even answer some of these questions as well. I will show you how. Just read the questions very quickly, okay, very quickly. You don't have to waste your time over here because you haven't read the passage. You haven't read the passage yet. Unless you read the passage properly, you can't answer them. So by going through the question number 61, it says, which is not true about firefighters? Okay, they are asking something which is not true about whom? Firefighters. Okay, a firefighter has to prepare to extinguish a fire in, okay, they are speaking something about extinguishing a fire in minutes, hours and days. Okay, we will have this thing in our brain, we will have these particular lines, these particular points in our consideration while reading the passage, so that you will be able to answer these questions quickly. Okay, the next question deals with firefighters put their lives on the line means, okay, this can be done even without this question can be answered even without reading the passage. See, put their lives on line means they put their lives in danger. Putting your lives on the line means putting their lives in the danger. So this is what exactly question number 63 means, and you have answered question number 63 even without reading the passage. See, the first line, the first option says they stand in a line. Put their lives on the line, it doesn't mean they stand in a line. Okay, this is a wrong option. They fight fire, this is the wrong option. Option D, they connect the hose line to hydrant, this is also the wrong way to describe put their lives on the line. So the right way to describe put their lives on the line is option C, they put their lives in danger. Putting your life in the danger, that is putting lives on the line. So question number 64, to operate manually means what? To operate manually means which is not done by the machine, which is done by the human beings. Instead of machine doing it, a human being is performing the particular task. That means actually operating manually, operate manually. Make a man work, okay, let us have it in our consideration. Work with their hands, let us have it in our consideration. Use a machine, which is totally wrong because operating manually means we are not using machine. Use one's body, okay, so use one's body, make a man work with their hands. See, even in case of making a man to work, a man may work even by using the machines, right? He is not using his hands. He may use the computer to work, but still a man is working with the help of a computer, with the help of a machine, which doesn't actually mean, which is not near to the right meaning of operating manually. So option A doesn't come in our answer. And use one's body. Still, this is not very precise to mean to be operating manually, so we eliminate this as well. Work with their hands is very much precise and very much near to the word operating manually or operate manually, so option B is the right answer for question number 64. The word occur, question number 65, the word occur means the same as, see, the meanings, the synonyms, the antonyms, okay, the similar meaning words and the opposite meaning words. This you need not to go through the passage, this you should have in your vocabulary section. This in the vocab part you should be very strong, then only you can answer these kind of questions. This doesn't require reading the passage, so you can answer question number 65 as well. Let us go through the options. What are the options? Option A is come. Occur doesn't mean come, occur doesn't mean call, occur doesn't mean fire, occur means happen. To something to happen, something to occur, we say something to occur. So occur means happen, occur means happen. So right option is option number B. Okay, so you see now, without even reading a passage, you have just answered 3 questions out of 5 questions. 3 questions have been answered out of 5 questions. So this is the advantage of this technique. By just glancing through the question itself, you can answer 3 of them, and the rest 2 can be answered by going through the passage itself. Let's go through the passage now. Fire is to blame for the loss of countless lives and billions of rupees each and every year. Okay. Firefighters help protect people and their property from injury and damage. They put their lives on the line every time they respond to a call. While on duty, firefighters must be ready to respond in a matter of minutes to just about any disaster that may occur. At every fire scene, a superior fire officer takes command and directs the jobs of all the people at the scene. Some firemen connect the hose lines to hydrants, others manually operate the pumps to send water to the hoses. Team of firefighters also operate ladders used to reach distances high in the air. So the whole passage is talking about how a fire can destroy the things, how the fire can be blamed for the loss of countless lives and billions of rupees for each and every year, and how this can be extinguished with the help of firefighters. What is the role of firefighters? How do they manage in extinguishing the fire? This is all about is discussed in passage 1. Okay, now we have read the passage. In case if you don't understand the passage, then you can read it once more. Okay, but you need to be quick when you are reading for the second time. When you're reading for the second time, you should be very quick in order to save your time. Let me read it for the second time. Fire is to blame for the loss of countless lives and billions of rupees each and every year. Firefighters help protect people and their property from injury and damage. They put their lives on the line every time they respond to a call. While on duty, firefighters must be ready to respond in a matter of minutes to just about any disaster that may occur. At every fire scene, a superior fire officer takes command and directs the jobs of all the people at the scene. Some firemen connect the hose lines to hydrants. Others manually operate the pumps to send water to the hoses. Teams of firefighters also operate ladders used to reach distances high in the air. Okay, now we have read it for the second time, and I hope that for the second time the passage is quite clear for all of you. Okay, let us go to the question section. Only we need to only answer question number 61 and question number 62, because rest others have been answered already by our intuition, by our logical conclusion, by our vocabulary knowledge, right? Let us go to the question number 61, which says, which is not true about the firefighters? Which is not true about the firefighters? Okay, what is not true? They are brave. This is true. which is not true. Okay, which is not true. Option A says they are brave, which is actually true. So this doesn't become our answer. We need to find which is not true. They often put their lives in danger. This is true. They never put their lives in danger. This is false, because they always put their lives in danger. This itself is not true. So option number C is the right answer. Option number C is the right answer. They have highlighted, sorry, they have highly trained, I'm sorry, I'm totally sorry, I'm reading it in the wrong way. Option D says they are highly trained. This is also true. So option number C is the wrongly given, not true. So this is our answer. Option number C is the right answer. Question 62. Question number 62. A firefighter has to prepare to extinguish a fire in minutes, hours, days, and weeks. Okay, so you need to be precise with this. If you read the passage properly, here it is given, while on duty, firefighters must be ready to respond in a matter of minutes. In a matter of minutes, okay? In a matter of minutes. So where it is given, option A has it, okay? Option A has it. Option A, minutes, is the right answer. Okay, so now we are done with the passage 1. Let us move on to the passage 2. As I told you earlier, you need not to go to the passage 2. You need not to read passage directly. You can just jump onto the question section, wherein without reading the passage itself, you can answer some of the questions. Let us see. Let us skim through these questions. Hema lay on her head. Sorry, Hema lay on her bed because we don't know. We have to read this for the passage. We need to read it. Read the passage in order to answer that question. Question number 67. She could not wear any of her clothes because we need to read the passage to answer the question. The synonym of the word amassing. Okay, this we know. Synonym means similar to the word amassing. Which one is similar to the word amassing? Collecting, distributing, sharing, and gifting. Even if you look closely, even if you don't know the meaning for the word amassing, you can easily say the option A is to be the right answer, because distributing something, sharing something, or gifting something is all somehow or somewhat is similar. Somewhat is given from something is given from your side. That is distributing. Something is being shared from your side to some other person. That is sharing. Something is gifted. Again, you are giving something from your side to the other person. So again, you are gifting something there. So collecting means you are actually amassing. Collecting means you are actually amassing something. So option for question number 68, the right answer is option A. Option A is the right answer for question number 68. Sorry, for question number 68, option A is the right answer. Question number 69. Hema is greedy. Okay, even to know about Hema, we need to read the passage. We need to read the passage. So let's move on to the question number 17. The opposite of the word donate is. Now we need to find the antonym for the word donate. Donate is also what? Something which is given free of cost from your side to the other person, or to somebody else. Okay, so donate means giving, give, distribute, receive, spend. Which one among these is correct? They have asked us to find the antonym or the opposite word for the donate. So for donate, if you are giving something, then the opposite should be something you should be receiving. Something receiving should be the opposite word. So receive becomes the right answer. Okay, question numbers 68 and 70, both of them have been answered even without reading the passage. Now we are only left with 3 questions. Question number 63, question number 67, question number 69. Let us go through the passage in order to answer these questions. Okay, let us read the passage. Hema lay on her bed, staring at the stars stuck on the ceiling of her room. She was upset as none of the clothes seemed to fit her. She wore them again one by one, but they were either too tight or too short. A cupboard full of clothes, and she could not wear any of them. She then had a bright idea. Her eyes lit up and she ran to her mother's room. Ma, I need new clothes, she said, but only after I donate all my old clothes to charity. No more amassing of clothes. Her mother smiled and hugged her. She did have a kind daughter. In case if you couldn't understand the passage in first reading, then you can always go for second reading, but very quickly. For the second reading, you should be very quick. Hema lay on her bed, staring at the stars stuck on the ceiling of her room. She was upset as none of the clothes seemed to fit her. She wore them again one by one, but they were either too tight or too short. A cupboard full of clothes, and she could not wear any of them. She then had a bright idea. Her eyes lit up and she ran to her mother's room. Ma, I need new clothes, she said, but only after I donate all my old clothes to charity. No more amassing of clothes. Her mother smiled and hugged her. She did have a kind daughter. Okay, she did have a kind daughter. I hope you have understood. See, basically, the whole passage is saying about Hema having no clothes to wear because many of them were short, or either they were very big. They were not actually suitable for Hema to wear. So Hema thought of buying new clothes only after donating or giving the existing clothes to a charity. Okay, and because of which her mother was happy, and she thought she did have a kind daughter. Okay, she did have a kind daughter. So this is what all the passages talking about. Let us go to our questions. In question number 66, it is asking us, Hema lay on her bed because she was tired. No, she was not tired. Nowhere in the passage did it say she was tired. She liked looking at the stars. She was wondering what to wear. This was the right answer. Sorry, this is the right answer. This is the right answer. Option C is the right answer. She was wondering what to wear, right? She had lot many clothes, but she didn't know which one to wear. So she was wondering what to wear. This is the right answer. Question 67. She could not wear any of her clothes because they were not fashionable. Option B. They were too colorful. Option C. She did not know what to choose. Option D. None of them fitted her. None of them fitted her. This is the right answer. None of them were fitting her. Either some of them were very short or some of them were very big. None of them were fitting her. So option D becomes the right answer according to the passage. Hema is a greedy girl, greedy person, charitable, selfish, miserly. See, if you again go back to the passage and see, Hema was actually giving the all old clothes to charity. Okay. So you can say Hema is a charitable person. She is not a greedy person. Being greedy means what? You are not giving anything to others, not sharing anything with others, always accumulating all the things with yourself. That is what means being greedy. Being greedy means accumulating. You're not being sharing person or not being caring person. That is being greedy. But it is also similar to selfish. Selfish also similar to greedy. Miserly means always being in a sad state, always crying, always scolding others for your all mistakes. So that is being miserly. Charitable means you always being in a always donating to others, always sharing to others. So that is being charitable. So option B is the right answer. Let us move on to our passage 3. See, as I have told you, you need not to go to the passage directly. You can directly jump onto the questions so that you will be able to answer the questions here itself. It is important to dash if one wants to get real education. We need to read the passage for this. Okay. In order to answer the question, we need to read the passage. So we are leaving it as it is. Question number 72. Which one of the following words is a synonym of recreational? Synonyms and antonyms, you need not to read the passage. Only your vocabulary is going to help you over here. Only your vocabulary and the grammar part is going to work, is going to help you out over here. I'm telling you again. Okay, your vocabulary should be very strong. In order to make it strong, you need to read newspaper every day, or you need to read some kind of magazines. You need to read your own textbooks of your own class properly. The words which you don't understand while you're reading, you need to make a note of them, write the meaning out of them, and use those words, you know, in your own sentences. Make a logbook, keep a logbook for that every day, and write it properly. Religiously follow this particular routine, then you will be able to answer these kind of synonyms and antonyms in a fraction of seconds. Okay, easy. It will be an easy peasy question. Okay, which one of the following words is a synonym of recreational? Recreational. Okay, so for recreational, it need not to be educational. It shouldn't be tiring. For something to be recreational, it shouldn't be tiring, right? Sightseeing, no. It can be thrilling. Something which is thrilling can be recreational. So option B becomes the right answer. So how thrilling? You need to be thorough with your vocab. Your vocabulary is going to help you here. Even I can't help you because there is no formulas in order to derive from recreational to thrilling. The only formula is that everyday reading. That is only going to help you. Okay. So question number 73. So the right answer for 72 question is thrilling. This is the right answer. Question number 73. Visiting the dash centers was considered holy in ancient India. So we need to read the passage in order to answer the question. So we are leaving it as it is. Question number 74. People have a feeling of oneness with others if they dash a lot. We need to read the passage in order to answer the question. A sage is a person who is learned, smart, wicked, and free. Learned, smart, free, and wicked. I don't think so. A sage is a wicked person. So we eliminate the wicked part. Smart is a person who is intelligent. So we eliminate that as well. Someone who is very intelligent, someone who is not kept in the cage, that person is free. A sage can't be, sage is always a free person, but sage is a person who is very learned, is learned. So option A becomes the right answer here. This part also we answered even without reading the passage, right? Without reading passage, we could answer that question. Let us go through the passage here. Traveling is both recreational and educative. It has always been regarded as an important part of education. In Europe, a young man is considered fully educated only when he has traveled through many countries of Europe. In ancient India also, our sages understood the great value of traveling. They made it a pious duty to visit various pilgrim centers situated in different parts of India. This encouraged the feeling of oneness among Indians. Okay, so the whole passage is basically speaking about the importance of traveling, how traveling is regarded very important in many parts of the world, and what were the sages of in ancient India understood about the value of traveling. This is all about is discussed over here. We will read it. We will give a second reading in case if you did not understood in the first reading, you can go for the second reading, but very quickly. You need to be very quick with the second reading. Traveling is both recreational and educative. It has always been regarded as an important part of education. In Europe, a young man is considered fully educated only when he has traveled through many countries of Europe. In ancient India also, our sages understood the great value of traveling. They made it a pious duty to visit various pilgrim centers situated in different parts of India. This encouraged the feeling of oneness among Indians. Okay, we will go to the questions. Question number 71. It is important to dash if one wants to get real education. The whole passage was talking about the traveling thing, right? It was all talking about the travel. the importance of travel, the values of travel. So it is important to travel. It is important to travel if one wants to get a real education. Option C becomes the right answer. Okay, so we read the passage, we identified this to be the answer. Okay, question number 71 is done. Question number 72 is also done. Thrilling is the right answer. Question number 73. Visiting the dash centers was considered holy in ancient India. Visiting the pilgrim centers. If you even look at the passage, they made it a pious duty to visit various pilgrim centers. See, visiting the pilgrim centers was considered holy in ancient India. People have a feeling of oneness with others if they dash a lot, if they travel a lot. Definitely, if they travel a lot, again the same answer for as it was there for the first question. If they travel a lot, people will have a feeling of oneness with others. So question number 75 is also done. Now we are done with the passage 3. Now we can move on to the passage 4. Again, we need not to read the passage. We can directly jump into our question section. One may be asking me that why we need to jump directly to the question section. We can read the passage first, then we can move on to the question section. Let me tell you, the language section is the third section in your whole question paper. First, you will be dealing with the mental ability section, and the second part is going to be the mathematics part. You will be dealing with the mathematics section. In case if you are stuck with some of the question and you are in short of time, then this method is definitely going to help you. Okay, why? Suppose you have very less number of time, very less number of minutes, then you can directly jump into the question. You can answer at least some of them without reading the passage. The reading of the passage is going to consume a lot of time. Without reading the passage itself, you can at least answer some questions. By this way, you are not losing all the 5 questions of a passage. At least you are going to grab some of the marks, which keeps you in the competition, which brings you a good rank. So that is why this method is going to help a lot of the people in a lot of the times. If you are not okay with this, you can always go through the passage first and go through the questions. But in my classes, for my students, I would recommend this method in order to grab as many marks as they can. Let's go to the question number 76. The main focus of the passage is to tell us the advantages of. Okay, we need to read it in order to answer the question. Question number 77. When the writer says cycling is good for the environment, which of the following is not correct? We need to read the passage. The word which means the opposite of the word sedentary. Sedentary means something which is not moving much. Okay, a kind of lazy person is always having a sedentary lifestyle. This is the meaning of being sedentary. Okay, sedentary. You can this is a question for synonym. Okay, you need to find the synonym of sedentary. So let us go through the options. Sedentary means active, right? Sedentary doesn't mean inactive. Sedentary. I'm sorry. Question number 78 is asking us to find the opposite of the word sedentary. Opposite means antonym. The antonym of sedentary we need to find, which is active. Because lazy, desk bound means who is always bound to a desk, who is always sitting in front of a desk just like me. And who is inactive, who is always sleeping. So these are all synonym to the word sedentary, but we need to find the antonym. Antonym is found in option A, so option A is the right answer. So see, now we have answered question number 78 even without looking at the passage, right? So let me take some water here. All right. Now let us move on to question number 79. A low impact exercise is one which is, we need to answer this after reading the passage, so we are leaving it as it is. Question number 80. Regular cycling helps us in all of the following except two. We need to read the passage for answering the question. Let us go through the passage now. To be fit and healthy, you need to be physically active. Regular physical activity protects you from serious diseases such as obesity, heart disease, cancer, mental illness, diabetes, and arthritis. Riding a bicycle regularly is one of the best ways to reduce your risk of health problems associated with a sedentary lifestyle. Cycling is a healthy, low impact exercise that can be enjoyed by people of all ages, from young children to older adults. It is also fun, cheap, and good for the environment. Riding to work or the shop is one of the most time efficient ways to combine regular exercise with the everyday routine. An estimated 1 billion people ride bicycles every day for transport, recreation, and sport. Cycling is a good way to reduce weight as it builds muscle and burns body fat. This research suggests that by cycling for half an hour every day, we can shed at least 5 kilos of weight in a year. So basically, the passage is all entailing about the benefits of physical activity. That is also through the mode of cycling. So through cycling, what are the benefits one can reap, and what are the other problems associated with the sedentary kind of lifestyle? And in order to come out, cycling can be one of the best remedy. And globally, an estimated 1 billion people are riding the cycles every day. And what are the researchers actually saying about the benefits of cycling? This is all about is the passage telling us. In case if you did not understand in the first reading, you can go through the second reading, but you need to be quick. Okay, I will go through the second reading very quickly. Please follow properly. To be fit and healthy, you need to be physically active. Regular physical activity protects you from serious diseases such as obesity, heart disease, cancer, mental illness, diabetes, and arthritis. Riding a bicycle regularly is one of the best ways to reduce your risk of health problems associated with a sedentary lifestyle. Cycling is a healthy, low-impact exercise that can be enjoyed by people of all ages, from young children to older adults. It is also fun, cheap, and good for the environment. Riding to work or the shop is one of the most efficient ways to combine regular exercise with everyday routine. An estimated 1 billion people ride bicycles every day for transport, recreation, and sport. Cycling is a good way to reduce weight as it builds muscle and burns body fat. Research suggests that by cycling for half an hour every day, we can shed at least 5 kilos of weight in a year. Alright, now we have seen the passage. Let us move on to the question section. Question number 76. The main focus of the passage is to tell us the advantages of cycling. So completely it's all speaking about cycling, right? So we are going to mark option number B as our right answer. When the writer says cycling is good for the environment, which of the following is not correct? When the writer says cycling is good for the environment, which of the following is not correct? Okay, let us see which is not correct. It does not emit any unhealthy gases. This is correct actually. Cycle doesn't emit any kind of unhealthy gases. It can be run without petrol or diesel. This is correct actually. That is why it is not harming environment. Cycle is good for environment. It does not pollute air. It is also correct, but we need to find which is not correct. Okay, so the only option which is left as being not correct is option D. Let us go through option D. It can be ridden by all age groups. So what? So what? Let the old people ride the cycle, or let the younger people ride the bicycle. It doesn't mean that it is not going to pollute the environment. It is no way indicating that it is not going to pollute the environment, because even the bikes can be ridden by younger people, bikes can be ridden by older people. Does it mean that it is not harming the environment? No. So option D, with this logic, option D becomes the right answer. We have answered the question number 78. So we are skipping that part. We are going to question number 79. A low impact exercise is one which is not tiring. According to the passage, a low impact exercise. See, cycling, here it is given. Cycling is a healthy, low impact exercise that can be enjoyed by people of all ages, from young children to older adults. Okay. Even your vocabulary part also is going to help you in answering this question. Question number 80. Regular cycling helps us in all of the following except. Okay, except means apart from, other than, except. Reduce fat and strengthen muscles. No, it actually helps in reducing fat and strengthening muscles. We need to find something which is except. Combine fun with work. This is there. Prevent serious accidents. No. This is nowhere mentioned actually. Riding the bicycle doesn't mean it is going to prevent us from the serious accidents. Nowhere in the passage did we read such a line, right? We never read such a line in the passage, and it is not going to prevent serious accidents from riding the bicycle. So option C becomes the right answer. Remaining healthy, which is already discussed in the passage. So here, with these questions, we are actually concluding the video. In case if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. You will find more free content or in the YouTube section. Press the bell icon so that you find the notification whenever there is a new video being uploaded. Wear mask. Always maintain social distance in your home as well, because the number of COVID-19 cases are rising very significantly. Most of the cases are asymptomatic cases, and the new mutations are happening in the viruses. Be safe, don't be worried, don't be scared, just take the right precautions, you will all be fine. And we will be having more and more online sessions like this. And with this I conclude this video. Thank you all.